This is my fourth visit down to South Africa since 2007, and there's a lot of change that I've noted in the sense that a lot of animated and excited debate has been going on this year in March of 2015 here in Stellenbosch, and I'm sure it will continue over the next few days in Cape Town, about everything from government incentives to the changing nature of BPO and outsourcing in general. And this is great stuff. There's a lot happening here in South Africa, not only in Cape Town, but also in Johannesburg and in Durban. And I am seeing the growth of networks and the strengths that stem from that. People don't always agree, it's obvious, whether they're in academics or in business or in government, about the best approaches to take when it comes to South Africa as an investment location. But that interchange, that exchange of ideas is spawning a lot of momentum when I kind of span back from a 30,000 foot view and watch the changes that are taking place in South Africa. And it's fun to be a part of that process. Another quick point that I'd make is one that my colleague Mark Hillary has made, and I agree 100%. We're talking a lot over the years, these terms outsourcing or BPO, but that misses the mark in my mind. Business is changing so quickly with the role of globalization, the role of technology, that we really need to be talking more about those changes and how we help not only affect those changes, but respond to them. And it seems to me those terms, outsourcing and BPO, are becoming a little bit staid. One great thing about a forum like this that's sponsored by BPESA is we get to have these conversations and get to do a lot of brainstorming, and it's great stuff. And my final point would be that the changing role of customer service, in particular the agent, with the rise of omni-channel as a phenomenon, dealing with the customer through the rise of new channels, but also in person, and bringing those all together into a cohesive whole. The better we do that going forward, whether it's in South Africa or whether it's in the United States or Europe or any other part of the world, the better off we're going to be when working with the customer and serving any number of organizations that are out there.
It's a privilege to be back in South Africa again. This is my 12th trip to South Africa. Having been closely involved with helping the industry here grow and succeed, it's really nice to see the success translating into reality. The industry has grown by almost 30% each year to having roughly 20,000 offshore jobs. Clearly, as helping companies make decisions to locate in different parts of the world, and as an analyst tracking global locations, I see South Africa having significant potential for growth in the voice space, and then moving to sort of voice adjacent segments, and then eventually expanding into the more complex non-voice processes like financial services and LPO. So I think the impetus which the industry has provided, and also government support, has helped the industry grow significantly, and we hope that it will succeed going forward. Yes, there are some typical challenges around talent availability, sort of evolving buyer needs, and them wanting more beyond arbitrage. But those are challenges that are true of any location. As an analyst in this space, I'll be closely watching to see how South Africa progresses, and I have confidence that with the collaborative effort of the industry and the government, it is possible to achieve this. One other opportunity I'd like to point out in South Africa is in the context of impact sourcing, that also ties in with the overall objective of creating employment opportunities for unemployed youth. So that is another opportunity for South Africa to build on going forward.
We've recently completed a paper for BPESA. It's a repeat of the paper that we did in 2011, so it's good to get a 4-year perspective on these things. I'm impressed by the way South Africa's moved on in that time. 4 years ago we were looking at South Africa as being an onshore equivalent for handling relatively complex customer service. What we've actually found in the current study is not only is South Africa actually meeting that, but in about 30% of the instances there's at least an element of the work where South African delivery is exceeding the delivery that's happening onshore, for example in the UK. So really good progress in terms of CSAT, NPS, first contact resolution. The other thing we're seeing is South Africa really coming through to deliver beyond customer service really into revenue recovery and revenue generation. So we're seeing people running welcome programs from here, recovery programs from here. And that's all really fueled by high empathy that South African delivery is bringing to the equation, and the ability to handle totally unscripted situations. So really coming through very strongly as an onshore equivalent or better at the moment at a 40% cost reduction. So no, it's not the cheapest option on the planet, but if you're looking to actually maintain that NPS and grow that NPS at a significant discount and treat it as onshore equivalent or better, then South Africa works well.